Hi, this is Jeffrey Kurt Financial Group, and today is Monday, September 30th, 2024. Let's quickly look at some of the things that are going to go on this week. The big thing is going to be on Friday morning. The September jobs number gets released. You know, on one hand, you look at it, and they've been kind of making the numbers up. Another thing is there's been, a lot of accusations that the government's been leaking the key economic statistics to the big players on Wall Street ahead of time. And then number three is that these numbers get revised every month virtually to a worse number. So it's kind of laughable, but still everyone's going to be looking at it. So I wanted to point that out. Going into the Friday, number from the BLS, the Bureau of Labor Statistics, is the ADP survey and the JOLTS numbers that come out Wednesday, Thursday, I believe. So it kind of gives you a preview of some of the jobs data for the month as well. ISM Purchasing Managers Index is tomorrow on Tuesday, and this afternoon, on Monday afternoon, is Jerome Powell speaking. Can't imagine he's going to say anything of significance, but I wanted to point it out. I mean, it seems like everything's been kind of set up for more cuts and like that, the November meeting, December meeting, and so I can't imagine his speech really has anything of significance, but he is speaking, and the street will be watching. We are at the end of the third quarter. I wanted to review the numbers, although there'll be obviously trading today, but going into today for the third quarter, been a pretty good quarter. The Dow is up 7.5%, S&P up 4.8%. NAS had a tough quarter so far. It's up 2%, but still lagging from the other indexes. And the leader amongst the stocks is the Russell 2000, up 7.9%. And the bond markets had a good quarter as well. Interest rates came down. The 10-year moved from 4.3 to 3.8, moving down in yield, up in price. So the interest rates have come down. The bond market's done well and probably outperformed the stock market. That leads to a possible situation, tomorrow into Wednesday, that there'll be some rebalancing. So if you got a static portfolio of, say, 60% equities, 40% bonds, or 70, 30, 80, 20, whatever the numbers are, that, typically at the quarter end, you rebalance because maybe the bonds went up more than the stocks, and you've got maybe a 55, 45 thing or whatever, which in that case would be selling bonds and buying stocks. Not saying that's what's going to happen, but there is going to be an influence of that, tomorrow into Wednesday on the rebalance. And nothing to do with the interest rate cuts or earnings or anything like that. That just automatically gets done. So that's something that maybe to keep an eye on and may support stocks in beginning couple of days of October. I want to finish up with China. I mentioned it last week. It just had a terrific week. Last night, the Shanghai Composite was up 8% in one day. The China A50 was up 7.2% in one day. So China, really powering forward on the stimulus stuff that the government's doing. So that's it for today. We'll be back on Wednesday. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.